Hey everybody, I'm Rosemary. I'm from the UK and I'm rocking Damiana.
Whoop whoop. Greetings,
Peace,
Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Greetings.
And thank you for joining us because I know it's pretty late over there. So much appreciated. And I love it every time you come around. So it's a blessing to have you here.
Most
Thank
definitely.
you.
Yeah. Okay. Who else we have rocking with us? And feel free to use the chat as well. You can just use the chat if you just want to tune in, tell us hey, what's one of my favorite herbs? Where are you tuning in from? Is this your first time at the Herbalist Lounge? And you also can unmute yourself. So this is definitely a gathering. We come together and we share our knowledge. It's not necessarily a class, but hey, we want to hear from everyone. Feel free. That's how we learn and grow from one another. Okay, Asia, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, Asia. You tell me first off, where you calling from, Asia?
Peace
What you
all, it's
representing?
Sharonda, New Jersey.
Hey, Sharonda, representing Jersey. Which herb you represent tonight, Sharonda?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, it's Sharonda. I think he's being disconnected. So I just wanted to say hello, Sharonda from New Jersey. Glad to be here.
All right, we're glad that you are here. So yeah, okay, all right. Welcome. And then Martina, I know you were calling on me, so I'm gonna go with a tried and true favorite. So I'm calling from Las Vegas, Nevada. Hey, representing. But y'all know I be everywhere, so I'm representing a little bit of everywhere. But this is where I currently am. So let's see, tried and true. I am going to go with red raspberry leaf.
Yes.
That's what I'm feeling.
Good old red raspberry. Okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and go. Peace, y'all. This is Martina. And I am calling from Florida, FLA representing. And tonight, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm feeling red raspberry because, oh my goodness, you can't go wrong with good old red raspberry, right? Like red raspberry is a staple. So I'm gonna go ahead and claim one of my favorites. You know, I like my bitters, so I'm gonna claim motherwort tonight. And I am actually sipping on a tea of motherwort. I usually take it in tincture form, but it is very, very bitter the way that I made it. So motherwort for the win tonight. All right. So
Of course, it's bitter the way you made it.
we have Lydia. Lydia, welcome. Peace. You have your hand raised. If you want to say something, feel free. Go ahead and unmute yourself. We'd love to hear from you. Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm in the car, so I was trying to find the mute button. Calling from Los Angeles. My go-to is a combination of red clover and why did I just forget it? Goat's root, red clover and goat's root.
Okay. Nice. Thank you for sharing and thank you for tuning in. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, everybody. It's Clarissa calling from Georgia.
Hey.
Hey, I am feeling chamomile tonight. I just came from a birth, and so I just want that nice, relaxing herb. Sorry, you might hear my little baby.
Aw, the little giggles.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Asia. Hey, Martina.
Hey. And hey, baby.
Yeah, I'm glad you sipping on that chamomile, listening to them giggles. That's beautiful. Post birth. That's what's up. Hey. All right. If
Hey
anyone
y'all.
else would like to share, go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. This is Tiffany. I am calling from Atlanta, and I've been enjoying a good lemon balm and holy basil.
Mm-hmm. All right, Tiffany.
You just got me right there, Tiffany, with that one. I'm just saying, like, I need to add that to my motherwort. I'm over here, with this bitter Asia. Like, let me get some of that lemon balm. Holy basil. Holy, yes. That sounds divine right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, those aromatics. I just, I got a thing for aromatics, and I can taste it. That's really good. Nice. Okay. All right. I think we about covered everybody, but if we didn't, feel free to speak or put it in the chat and we'll keep it moving. So what are some of y'all's most used herbs for women? So okay, so let me back it up. I think Martina, you said it, but Herbalist Lounge is, it's not a class. We come here as a community space. We learn from each other. So, although me and Martina and Lenita, we're co-hosting, we're just keeping the conversation moving along. However, everybody has a part in this. So, if there's an herb that like I name and I have a certain use for it, you might use the same herb for something else. So let's talk about it. So with that being said, what are some of your most used herbs that you all use for women?
I'm gonna go ahead and speak on this real quick because I'm experiencing this right now, drinking my motherwort tea, okay? And I'm building this beautiful connection, and it's super bitter. We know bitters are great to, stimulate the digestion and so many different things, Motherwort has an affinity for the heart, cardiovascular, increases that flow to those vital organs in the body. So it's amazing. It's relaxing for me through my personal experience, and it helps settle my digestion and so many other things. But it can be very drying because bitters dry out the tongue, and it kind of pushes that fluid out, which is good. Detoxifying herbs usually get a lot of our fluids out of our bodies. But when I just heard someone mention lemon balm and holy basil, it really hit me. It hit my spirit and my soul. Like, I'm serious. And it made me realize some of my favorite herbs to pair with the bitters are those warming herbs, those herbs that soothe the nervous system. And just the smell of lemon balm alone, like Asia, you said, those aromatics are huge for me. It's huge for me as a woman in the stages that I am in right now. There's always super supportive. The smell of lemon balm, the smell of holy basil, and just the different types of basil just bring ease throughout my body. And they are also warming to the digestive system. So I have an affinity sometimes to get digestive upsets or whatnot. Those warming herbs like lemon balm, not only do they soothe my nerves, but they also just soothe my digestion and make me feel grounded, if that makes sense. It feels me, I feel uplifted but grounded. They're so supportive. So I think I'm gonna add a little lemon balm to my tea, basically is what I'm saying. And I'm gonna do it in tincture form. So that's what's really resonating with me right now lately are the aromatics and mixing it with the bitters.
I love that, Martina. Like that just takes it to a completely different level. So I love that. Clarissa says yarrow is the herb I utilize if a client has a sore perineum or vaginal tear, soaking a compress in yarrow, applying it to the area. Oh, yes. 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 Yarrow is one of those antiseptics, so it stops the blood. What's the word that I'm using or looking for, Martina? You gonna know it. It's the action. There's another action: tightening and toning.
Astringent?
Yes, thank you.
Astringent, there you go. Oh.
So yes, it is astringent. So yes, it can stop some bleeding. In my experience, yarrow, like in the past, I've had heavy periods, right? And so, and long periods. So, like early in my herbal journey, like I found out about yarrow. I was like, let me try it. And so it was from an herbalist lounge that we did. The studies were just focusing on one herb actually, and we did yarrow. So um, I tried Jarro and it helped to stop those prolonged periods. But also, I learned on the flip side, like it can bring on a delayed period as well, too. That has not been my experience. And it can bring it on very strong. So, in that regard, it can give you what you need or it can take away what you don't need. So, it's one of those as well. Yes. Okay, Clarissa, yes. Bring it out. Bring it out. Uh, so Clarissa was saying yarrow reminds you of the elderflower, regulating blood flow. There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yarrow stopping blood flow. Take off yarrow leaves and chew it. Yes, stop the bleeding on a cut. Stop the tooth pain. Bees and butterflies. It attracts bees and butterflies. It balances the function of the liver. So yes, there you go. So cleansing that liver can also help you like with your hormones, right? So those hormones and all that extra blood that is happening, those heavy periods, those cramps, right? It can help to alleviate it in that way as well. All right, liver synthesizes the hormones. Oh, there you go. And also rids bodies of excess hormones. Okay, we are on the same path. I love it, Clarissa. It's antimicrobial, helps with gas, helps with bile flow. Yes. You want to stay hydrated because yarrow is a bitter, can be used on a broken aisle or arm, not an aisle, an arm. And don't use with pregnancy, use in postpartum. Use of it in combination with shepherd's purse on postpartum. Thank you so much, Clarissa. Yes, yes, I was flowing with you. So I love that. Thank you. You were flowing with us as usual. But yes, okay, Martina, I'll let you talk because I've been talking.
No, that was beautiful. I love the synergy. Big up yarrow. I mean, we went from motherwort, lemon balm, our basils, our holy basils, all the way over to yarrow. So, and that's a lot of good info. Matter of fact, I just want to bring this up because we always reminisce on different herbalist lounges. And we've been doing this for 8+ years. It's going to get to the point where we forget how old we are, kind of like the year I'm in right now. Just how old am I? Well, in the year of this, I just use events and stuff at this point. Like someone once told me, but you were the first person, Asia, through your personal experience that brought up the fact that yarrow can actually bring on the menses as well, right? And I love that. That's so important because it just shows that herbs are just like us. They're so magical. They have different energies, different applications, and everybody has different constitutions. So when you work with these herbs, be mindful because like you said, yarrow will do what yarrow is going to do, and they may have, what do you call it, different opposite end of the spectrum actions, right? So good point. I love that. All right. Oh, what are some other herbs that we're feeling? Because I can talk about some herbs all day. I want to hear from y'all. What are some other herbs that you all use for women's herbs? Let me go to the next slide. We have some different things here. Ooh, rosemary. Okay, I saw you unmute yourself. Go right ahead.
I just want to sing the praises of Damiana. In Jamaica, it's called ram goat dash along, and it's smelly at times, but it's really pungent. It's kind of diuretic, but what I use it for is it so helps my nervous system during the perimenopause, even during your moon flow, because I was using it all the time since then. But it's so good when you're suffering, like with high blood sugar as well as high anxiety and so on. And I've noticed that it's even great when you've got thrush and different things like that. It's so warming to the pelvic region. So I sometimes do a little a sitz bath with it, but I drink it, and it's kind of like it has this effects, like it makes me feel, I want to say, kind of sexy-ish. It kind of opens up that orgasmic region, you know. I'd love everybody to try Damiana. Mm-mm.
You know what? I'm about to try some Daviana right now.
Let me dash downstairs right quick. Let me go dash along downstairs.
Yeah, it is definitely. Rosemary is bringing. You hear the name Rosemary? Come on now, Rosemary is bringing that warming energy all throughout Herbalist Lounge. Okay.
And the great thing about Ram Goat Dash Along, if you combine that with oh, it's a bark. It's a bark. Anyway, I slipped my mind right this moment, but when you combine it, it helps clear out the liver really well. It's a well-known bark. It's just not coming to my head right now. But for the women who are suffering from some kind of, like, you know, venereal problems, it's good for that.
I want to know what bark you're thinking about. That sounds amazing.
I'm gonna have to run to the kitchen for that.
Yeah, I was about to say, what does it taste like? What does it smell like? The bark.
It smells, it's called Ram Goat Dash Along. Excuse me, it's because it smells kind of like pee pee.
I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's because it's like it's a wild kind of like call it a weed, but it isn't. It's a wild, potent natural herb, natural indigenous kind of thing. So it smells a bit pungent when it's in the wild and you pick it. You know that you think that this is like the goat's pee. So that's what it was called, like in Jamaica. But it tastes like it's quite astringent, diuretic type. It's bitter, as Martina would say. It's a real bitter one. So when you blend it with other things, it really does improve its taste, but it's warming. So when I drink it, I just feel like joy is lifted up in me, kind of, you know, it's lifting. You can use it if you're feeling anxiety or kind of depressive, but it tastes better than it smells, sure.
I love that. The way you describe
I've
it,
got I remember it. Cramp bark is
cramp
the word.
bark.
Cramp bark.
Listen, I was about to say cramp bark, and I'm like, look, one of my favorites. Oh, yes, Rosemary. Thank you. Yes, Ram Goat Dash Along with cramp bark.
Yeah.
Let's go. Y'all hear that? That's a good synergy. That's what we call synergy. Okay.
Yes. So when I was in my meditation, one of the times, it was given to help. I was told to give it to women who have just released a partner and they want to wash out and cleanse out their womb space. And I thought, oh my. So I just take that.
Nice. Okay. Beautiful. So cramp bark with Damiana, 2 great herbs. We got some energetic healing going on. I love that. So thank you for bringing all aspects of the healing to us, Rosemary. All right.
I have another one. It kind of like the cramp bark. It definitely smells terrible. Valerian root.
Ooh, now you got funky.
Get me bringing them socks out.
I know it's rough, but oh man, it makes my nervous system relax a whole lot.
Look, as funky as it is, it does some good, right? That says a lot. Like Asia said, it smells like some old socks. But a nice deep decoction of it. It doesn't even have to be a strong decoction. You can even infuse it because it's so potent. And if I just infuse it versus making a deep decoction, I'll probably use that over and over again, maybe 4 times. And you know what, Tiffany? I like to combine it with skullcap sometimes or lemon balm. And let me tell you, that'll get you where you need to go. Yes.
Wait, okay, I have both. Okay, thank you.
No, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you be floating.
Asia knows.
Oh, I love it. So some of these, of course, these are just some things, some herbs that are listed. They're not all the herbs, of course, right? Um, so, we just added some that are familiar to people, some that may not be familiar to people. So, um, let's see here. Picking out of those, one of my favorite combinations used to be I would take red raspberry leaf. I just love it. It's that herb is just such an easy herb to drink without anything. You just red raspberry leaf and water. Um and like kava, like this is when I was in Hawaii. So they would call it ava there. But and it would just help to like really just relax me because ava is kind of, I don't know, it can have a little tiny bitterness to it, but more so like a dirt type of taste, not a heavy dirt, but it's like somebody sprinkled some dirt in your water, kind of like that. um yeah, and I would drink that, and I would sometimes, maybe I'll put oranges in it because I like to put fruit in my tea sometimes. But those were like some of the things that really stuck out. And then like sometimes I might like eat dark chocolate with it, while I'm sitting there drinking that, and just trying to be a little fancy or whatever. But it would really like soothe me and kind of like bring me down. But also, um, it wasn't as stimulating as you would think. But also, I really, really like red raspberry leaf, like I was talking about earlier. It is one of those staples because what I found is it's like the taste to me. It's still very gentle. So it's doing, in my opinion, it's doing a lot of work. It's doing a lot of heavy lifting. It's high in vitamin C as well. But like when I first started drinking red raspberry leaf on its own, ooh, almost 20 years ago. I think that's like the first time I really experienced it. I would just see like, you know, it would help to tone my uterus, right? And like anything, like if there was like anything excess, and like I was like juicing and fasting, doing all of that in combination. So it was helping to slough off like old dead whatever, you know what I'm saying? So it was a really nice and gentle but an actionable herb that would get things moving in your body, and just help with your immune system as well too.
Nice. Thank you. Can't go wrong with good old red raspberry.
And you know what, like those herbs, there's another one that has like the same texture as red raspberry. I mean, there's another obvious one that's it's that sticky icky, but there's another one. I don't want to say it's shepherd's purse. I'll remember it. But it has that same type of like stickiness to it. And I learned that that helps to like move certain types of stagnation, right? So if you have like excess buildup in your womb, like endometriosis, fibroids, things like that, it helps to move that stagnation. But that action, or that characteristic that you see of that herb that has like that stickiness, it likes to clump together, that is a characteristic of like what it's going to do in your body to move stuff that looks like that out.
Nice. Thank you, Asia, for that. You're making me think of mugwort because it kind of has that fluffy, sticky, icky feeling when it, similar,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Okay. When you were describing it, I saw it, I pictured it, I envisioned it.
Yeah. Precisely.
Right, doctrine of signatures. I love how descriptive we are and just sharing our experiences this evening. It's dope. Let's see in the chat. Dog blood, get ready for this one. Okay, Sharonda, we ready. You ready? So Sharonda says, I purchased some from Big Still and it's been amazing for my wound space. The pungent smell can be off-putting, but it works. Nice. Okay.
Yes, I got some from it's a brother, he's out of Fort Lauderdale. His name is Big Steel, and he was advertising probably about 3 months ago. I forgot I purchased it, and I used it last month during my moon cycle, and it was like, woo, the smell, like it was like very pungent, but I had no cramps. I was at ease, and I had a lot of extra whatever wasn't supposed to be there came, I was releasing. So I really enjoyed it. I mean, but the smell is definitely like I had to really sip on it very slow. It took me all day, but to get through 2 cups. And it's dog blood, and he sells it, and it's a Jamaican root. Yeah, Jamaican root, and it's leafy, so I definitely had to take my time. I've totally forgot that I purchased it, but I enjoyed it. I mean, for my wound space, I didn't have any issues, like, and I'll take it this month as well. So I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Beautiful. And speaking of the dog blood, because Clarissa and I had a not a deep conversation, right, Clarissa, but a brief convo about this herb, and we were like, right, let's dibble dabble into it a little bit, and come to find out, the first thing I always want to know is what's the Latin name, right? Because dandelion in here, Taraxacum officinalis is a completely different herb in Jamaica, for example, right? The dandelion in Jamaica is a senna family plant, 2 different types of energetics. So Asia always is like, hey, Asia will be like, yo, what's the Latin name, right? I think you said that the last Herbalist Lounge. So we looked it up, and the Latin name is, I have it right here. It's Ravina humilis. And it's all over Florida, like literally all over our family's house, our land. And you probably see this in the Caribbean as well, but that's a good thing, because right now in Florida, I always look to see, is this plant something that's endangered? So we have to be mindful of it, right? Yeah. Or is this something that's, abundant, and we can definitely, it wants us to use it, right? That's, for me, it's that saying, Mama Nature's like, come on, use me, baby. Or, just use me, but with caution and respect, right? But with this one, it's considered a rogue plant. It's considered an invasive species. So I thought that was pretty interesting, and definitely looking to learn more about it, since it's all over in the area. So yeah, thank you, Clarissa. And I think it was Q that originally kind of brought that up, right, Clarissa?
Yeah, it was. And he said, what's up? Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, he's the one that brought it up. So I appreciate this, learning about it more tonight, and just hearing like the personal experience that she had.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you, Sharonda. We're looking forward to hearing more. And yes, that other dandelion in Jamaica, piss a bed, right, Asia? So yeah.
I will never forget. So, yeah, so I know the conversation is flowing, and we want to continue that, but we are also going to start to wrap up and kind of ramp down, so that we can preserve some time for the evening. But while we're still here and on this screen, let's just, we could do like a quick round robin, and we can name out some other herbs that we have encountered or used, or maybe want to know more about. So we have more of that.
I'm gonna throw one out there real quick. I learned about this one in Jamaica, Spanish needle. The Latin name is Biden's pilosa. And for any type of like bacterial imbalance, now be mindful, it's potent. So, you also want to get those probiotics. One of my favorite prebiotic herbs is burdock root. It's another one of my favorites. So burdock root, explore a little bit of that. And then also Biden's Pelosa, aka Spanish needle. Two of my favorites.
Nice. Okay. I always love ginger.
Hello, ginger with everything. I thought that was a given. Oh, my bad. And add a little bit of ginger in it.
I would love to know what we could use for helping the thyroid gland.
Thyroid gland. So for me, when I work with people with thyroid gland issues, I'm always very mindful, and I want to kind of get a lot of information about what's going on. So for example, is it hypo, kind of get to the root as far as what's going on, if that makes sense. So I do like ashwagandha. It's very nourishing. So that's something that comes to mind. Ashwagandha, it has an affinity just for, overall rejuvenation, burnt out, let's see, adrenals, which is all connected to the different, to the thyroid gland. So ashwagandha comes to mind. It's one of my favorites, but definitely it will depend upon the individual, if that makes sense. What do you have to say about that, Asia? Do you have any thoughts initially?
No, I don't. Because that hasn't been my personal experience with working with someone. So I do remember though, on the opposite end, we were doing doctrine of signatures in, one of my classes, and it was the portion where everybody goes around the names and then they learn, how they use doctrine of signatures by looking at a plant, and the color. And I remember one of the women in the group, she had hyperthyroid. And we started talking about like algae and like nori and, just like the sea vegetables. And she was saying that she was told that it was not a good idea for her to partake in that because of her thyroid. So that's been my only experience, but I haven't closely worked with someone.
Yeah, because it could be contraindicated, especially for hypothyroidism. And my aunt experienced that. So, you just have to be mindful when it comes to stuff like that. Generally speaking, I look at herbs that can, just be good for supporting the body overall. Lemon balm is another one of those. Lemon balm and ashwagandha are two that really resonate with thyroid health. And then, of course, you can be more specific depending on the individual person's, need or whatnot. So.
And Sharonda says milk thistle and Brazilian nuts.
I'm going through that now. I have Hashimoto's. Well, no, I have symptoms. I'm not claiming it. I have symptoms of Hashimoto. Let's change that. And so I've been doing my own research with that, and the spirulina has been, and I'm off of the levothyroxine. I use, I have a combination. So I use the milk thistle seed. I put that in, my smoothies, my drinks. I use the dulce flakes. I add that to everything. Yogurt, salads, like whatever. The sea, me and sea moss, I haven't really found a provider here or someone that I really trust with the sea moss. I had a person that I really enjoyed their sea moss, but then I had a bad experience, so I won't use it now. I've been soaking the Brazilian nuts. What else? I have my cranberry shots. I do my ginger shots every day. So I have like a whole little thing. I'm just trying to find what works for me. And I've found out of Atlanta the Black Root Tonic. that has been amazing because it has the burdock in it. It has this dandelion, elderberry, chaparral. It has some more. I just can't remember all of them, but that has been helpful as well. And the magnesium. I did magnesium, turmeric, and ginger powder every morning in my water, and that has been, helping me as well. So, but again, you were right. Every case is different. Knowing your TSH levels, and to do the research around it, because I've been doing this for managing this for a couple years now.
Okay. I appreciate you sharing that experience with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it just makes me think of, it goes back to, individual needs, but also no matter what, we can do all the herbs in the world, but it goes back to a lot of the basic stuff, right? Like you talking about the different foods that you're eating, our lifestyle, right? That movement, goody
And
mood,
movement
right,
with voice,
Rosemary? And say,
right? I'm sorry.
no, go ahead, please.
I was going to say movement with voice, chanting,
Yes.
singing, talking, things that maybe I was afraid to talk about. I think that has a lot to do when you do the metaphysics of when it comes to your thyroid. And so me being able to really voice and, voice my concerns, process things, talk about things, releasing some things. I think that has been the most beneficial part. And all the herbs have been great, but just being able to stand in that truth and knowing that I have a voice and to be able to release that as well. So it's all the holistic measures with the herbs as well. And that mindset to change and want to heal the thyroid.
Beautiful. Yes, all of that. The chanting and the energetic healing. I love it. You got me thinking of blue herbs. Okay, we're not going down the rabbit hole, Asia.
Because I was on some blue purple in my mind when you said that.
I know you were. Thank you so much, Sharonda, for dropping those beautiful gems. Thank you, everybody, this evening for just tuning in and sharing with us. I feel like we've gained a lot this evening. How y'all feeling?
I feel like it was a really good overview, and people had a chance to share, and I mean, I loved it. So it seemed like there were a lot of people, like I saw, there's just a huge interest in this, and there's so many different aspects. But I will say, I really liked, because when we talked about this, Martina, and we were thinking about what we were going to do next, I was really like, a lot of us in our roles, we can be in a position where we do stuff for many different people in our lives. And sometimes the focus is not directly on us or on us, to make sure that we're taken care of, and we should be doing that. But I really like that we kept the focus tonight on like what works for us, and we love our babies. Don't even get me wrong on that, but like not necessarily what we could do for our babies or our significant others or other people in our family, but what can we do for us? Because when we focus on us and our health first, and that helps us, to take care of other aspects of our lives. So I loved it.
Shay, give thanks for that. That was beautifully said, Asia. I am feeling that. Yes. Rosemary says, I am inspired with what I've heard today. Your voice and your experience definitely inspired me, and I'm sure others this evening. Rosemary, thank you so much. Yvonne, yes, thank you, everyone. So before we say goodbye, does anyone want to share any upcoming events that they have going on? I'll definitely leave that as an opportunity for you. If you would like to, feel free to go ahead and chime in now, or you can share it in the chat. Okay. All right. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you subscribe to the Herbalist Lounge YouTube channel, Herbalist Lounge on IG and also Facebook. But we always post our Herbalist Lounge recordings. So if you missed any of the past ones, you can catch some good herbal. Yes. And Rosemary, do you want to talk about your podcast coming up? I see you put it in the chat. If you're up to it, feel free. It's a beautiful podcast. Yeah.
Hi again, everybody. So I'm doing a podcast actually inspired by Herbalist Lounge many years ago. I'm finally doing it. It's called Expand Your Reality, and this is where I feature all these beautiful women who are doing beautiful things in our community. So you name it. And we are going to be featuring Martina on the 31st of August, your time, 12 o'clock EST, my time in the UK, 5 o'clock. And she's going to be speaking about tuning in to the natural technology that we have all around us and within us, and in particular, synergy. So I'll just welcome anybody who'd want to take part in that. It would be great fun.
Thank you so much. Yeah, all my herb nerds, my Herbalist Lounge crew, let's do it. Let's engage. That's how we do. So August 31st, definitely looking forward to connecting with everybody. If you're able to tune in and any of the future podcasts that Rosemary puts together, it's beautiful, beautiful energy. All right. Let's see here. Asia, you want to talk about this slide? Yeah.
Yes. So that's a link that I just dropped in. So we did our kitchen medicine making workshop, and there will be more to come. But in this workshop, I'm trying to think, at least minimum 9 different methods and ways to make herbs from your kitchen, and extensive. It is exclusive video of Martina, Lanita, and myself in our kitchens, making up that good hot fire over the stove or at our houses. So bombs and stews and popsicles, just all kinds of stuff that you can find in your kitchen to help to maintain your wellness, to boost your wellness, and to share with your family and community. So I dropped that in the chat. It is herbalist-lounge.thinkific.com.
Thank you so much, Asia. Okay. Also, if you are not already subscribed to Herbalist Lounge, feel free to do so. You will get reminded of all of our Herbalist Lounges every second Monday of the month and any offerings that we have coming up as well. Okay. So are we able to put that in the chat too, Asia?
I just dropped it in there.
What do you know? There you go.
Yeah, and so in that there's a clickable link. So like, because we dropped the announcement on Instagram, but then if you don't have and by the way, the Zoom ID has updated, but if you don't automatically have that, then you got to type it in. So by you signing up to the MailChimp site, then that just enables you to just click on the link and boom, you're in Zoom with the Herbalist Lounge, right? So, but yeah, there you go.
All right, y'all. Well, I'm seeing everyone having a great evening or whatever time it is where you're at. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really enjoyed it. Thank you, Asia. I'll go ahead and pass the mic over to you.
All right. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Don't forget to support our sisters, Rosemary and Martina. I mean, Rosemary, I'm going to just say this. You could sell me anything. I don't even care what it is. You just start talking. I'm like, yes, okay. Yep, that's what I want.
I don't care how it smells either. Because it sounds good.
So I know it's going to be filled with energy and excitement. So please make sure we all check that out collectively and show our support and share with our friends. And also, if you have loved the Herbalist Lounge, please share that with your friends. This is every second Monday of the month. We are here with you all and joining the community talking about herbs. So we'll see you all next month, and it's peace, power, and green blessings. Until next time.
Peace.
Peace.